Percents means per hundred. So 3%, it means 3 over 100. So 17%, so 17% means 17 per 100. So in another word, it's 17 over 100. 19%, so which is 19 over 100. Please stop the video and try this one yourself. So 9%, so which means 9 over 100. 21%, it means 21 over 100. 51%, it means 51 over 100. All these percents, and we run fractions and we cannot simplify it. So that's why we just leave as it is. Let's try this one here. So 20%. So again, first of all, 20%, it means 20 over 100. Now in this case here, because 20 over 100, we can simplify it. So therefore, we must simplify first. So 20 over 100, we both divide by 10 first. So this 0 and with this cancel out. So you leave with 2 tenths. So 2 over 10, both can divide by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So which is 1/5. 15%. So 15% is equal to 15 all over 100. And then we can simplify, of course, because 15 and 100 both divisible by 5. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. So we write 3 down. 100 divided by 5, just think of 10 here. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So this 0 here, we just write it down. So 3 over 20. 64%. 64%, it means 64 over 100. So I can simplify by just half it first. So half of 6 is 3, half of 4 is 2. Then a half of 10 is 5, and this 0, I just write it down. Of course, I can simplify further. A half of 3 is 1, remainder 1, half of 12 is 6. And half of 5 is 2, remainder 1, and half of 10 is 5. So 16 over 25. Please stop the video and try this one yourself. %. So if you recognize it, 50% is a half. Otherwise, you just write 50 over 100. And you just simplify by cross it out by these two 0. 5 tenths. 5 tenths is you can divide by 5. Give me 1. So 1 here. 10 divided by 5 is 2. See? A half. 40%. So 40%, it means 40 over 100. So which is, I can simplify this by divide by 10. So 4 10, both can divide by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Over 10 divided by 2 is 5. So 2/5. And 65%. 65% is 65 over 100. Now both divisible by 5. So 6 divided by 5 is 1, remainder 1. So 15. So 5 go to 15 is 3. And then all over, so 10 divided by 5 is 2, so add a 0. So 13 over 20. Of course, you can check your answer using calculator. So let's say 20%, it means 20 over 100. And then I just press equal, see, 1/5. 15%, you can write 15 over 100. So it should give you 3 over 20. See, it's correct. 64%. So you can also write like this. 64 divided by 100. So 64 over 100 is exactly the same as 64 divided by 100. So I press equal. Of course, because I divide, it gives me decimal. But I can convert to fractions. Just go Shift SD. There you go. Or SD. So you can just press SD. It is converted for you. So you can play around with it. Press a button with SD button. It converts to fraction and decimal, decimal and fraction. Now let's try 50%. So 50 over 100. There you go. A half. Or 40 divided by 40%. So 40 divided by 100. There you go. 0.4. But SD. So 2/5. There you go. 65% is 65 divided by 100. If I like, I can do this and press SD. So 13 over 20. Let's try a different one now. 117%. Now if you think about it, 117% is same as 100%. Add another 17%. Now remember, 100%, it means 100 over 100. So that give me 1. So 100% is 1. Then you add 17%, it means 17 over 100. Now if you add them up, it's the same as 117 over 100. But I don't want to do this method. I just do what I did earlier. So this means that 117% is same as 117 all over 100. So 117% is just same as 100 go to 117 is 1 remainder 17. So the answer is 17 out of 100. 120%, so which is equal to 120 over 100. Of course, this one is we can simplify, so we have to simplify it. So which is I can divide by 10 for both of them, so these two cancel out, and 12 over 10. So you can half it. So which is half of 12 is 6, half of 10 is 5. So 6 over 5 is improper fractions. So we need to convert to mixed numeral. So 5 go to 6 is 1. And then remainder 1. So 1/5. 220%. So 220% is 220 over 100. So these two can cancel out. You can write straight away in mixed numeral if you like, or you simplify first, whichever way is easier for you. So in this case, okay, I can just halve it. So half of 22, or I can just write mixed numeral first. So 10 go to 22 is 2 times. 2 times 10 is 20, so remainder 2. So 2, 10. Of course, you have to simplify. So that 2, 10, I can simplify that. So half of 2 is 1, half of 10 is 5. So 2 and 1/5. Please stop the video and try this one yourself. 150%. So again, you know that 150% is 100% at 50%. Which is 100% is 1 whole, 50% is a half. So you add together 1.5. But I'm not going to do this method. I just quickly write the same process. So 150%, it just go 150 over 100. So I just cancel this first. Then that become 15 over 10. 15 over 10, both divisible by 5. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So 3 over 2, which is improper fractions. So we need to convert into mixed numeral. So 2 go to 3 is ones, remainder 1. So 1 over 2. There you go. Now 280%. So which is 280% mean per 100. Just write in fraction first. Then we simplify it as we go. So we cancel these two 0. And then 28 over 10. We both divisible by 2. So half of 2 is 1. Half of 8 is 4. And then all over half of 10 is 5. So now 14 over 5. 5 go to 14 is 2 times. And then remainder 4. Because 5 times 2 is 10. So 4 left. So 4/5. There you go. Last one. 144%. So first of all, 144%. Just write this out first. Equal over 100. So now what I can do, I can divide by 4. But I can halve it as well. So let's make it easier. You can just halve it. So half of 14 is 7. Half of 4 is 2. See? Half of 10 is 5. So the 0, you just write it down. Then I can halve it again. And half of 7 is 3. Remainder 1. Half of 12 is 6. All over half of 50 is 25. And then how many lots of 25 go to 36 is ones, because 2 times 25 will be 50. So therefore it's ones only. Then the remainder is, so I just minus 36 minus 25. So 6 minus 5 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. So remainder 1, 1, 11. So over 25. Thank you so much for watching.